Are you looking for the best Thunderbolt? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best USB-C docking stations on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. CalDigit TS5 Plus. If you desire the ultimate in MacBook docking stations, the CalDigit TS5 Plus has just about everything you need, indeed probably more than you need. Alongside super-fast Thunderbolt 5 you get an incredible number of top-end ports including 10 gigabits Ethernet and an incredible 330W power supply. Somehow CalDigit has included an incredible clearly labeled 20 ports into the compact dock, all of which can be used simultaneously, including 10 gigabits per second USB ports, 5 USB-C and 5 USB-A, the fastest Ethernet available, top-rated card readers and audio ports front and back. There are 3 80 gigabits per second Thunderbolt 5 ports, 1 upstream to connect to your computer and 2 downstream for speedy data transfer devices. CalDigit has sacrificed a possible third downstream TB5 port for a dedicated DisplayPort in the knowledge that most dock users run at least one external display and so the extra TB5 port would be used for a monitor connection anyway. Depending on the display capabilities of your MacBook, the maximum resolution is 8K at a 60Hz refresh rate, with a possible refresh rate of 240Hz for 4K or 500Hz for 1080p HD. The TS5 Plus is the first dock with dual 10 gigabits per second USB controllers, 1 controller for the front ports and 1 for the ports at the back of the dock for increased USB bandwidth. Each of the USB ports offers 7.5W of power except the front-facing 36W USB-C port. The 2 downstream Thunderbolt 5 ports also offer 36W. As it has the highest power supply of any dock tested here, 330W, all can output at a maximum at the same time, something that's not possible with most other docks. 1 upstream Thunderbolt 5 port, 80 gigabits per second, 140W. 2 downstream Thunderbolt 5 ports, 80 gigabits per second, 36W. 5 USB-A ports, 10 gigabits per second, 7.5W. For USB-C ports, 10 gigabits per second, 7.5W. 1 USB-C port, 10 gigabits per second, 36W. 1 DisplayPort 2.1. Ethernet, 10 gigabits. UHS-2 SD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. UHS-2 microSD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. 3.5mm combo audio jack, front. 2 3.5mm and slash-out audio jacks, back. 330W power supply. Number 2. Sonnet Echo 13 Thunderbolt 5 SSD dock. This Thunderbolt 5 docking station boasts 480 gigabits per second Thunderbolt 5 ports plus the bonus of integrated internal SSD storage of up to 4 terabytes, choose from 1 terabyte, 2 TB or 4 terabytes. That internal SSD is installed at purchase and is not user upgradable, so pushes the price to the high end of all the docks reviewed here. However, it's well worth it if you can afford to pay the extra. This internal SSD is super fast, and in our tests nearly matched the native storage in the Mac itself. Having extra storage that's so fast will save you money on your next MacBook purchase as Apple's SSD options cost nearly as much as buying one of these docks by itself. Sonnet offers port flexibility by not swapping one of the Thunderbolt 5 ports for a dedicated DisplayPort or HDMI video port, as found on the CalDigit TS5 Plus reviewed above. You can attach up to 2 external 6K displays using either direct Thunderbolt connections to supporting monitors or adding video adapters for DisplayPort or HDMI screens. If you have the right router, you can take advantage of super-fast wired internet access with the Echo 13's 2.5 GBE gigabit Ethernet, 2.5x faster than standard gigabit Ethernet, with which it also works on standard networks. 1 upstream Thunderbolt 5 port, 80 gigabits per second, 140W. 3 downstream Thunderbolt 5 ports, 80 gigabits per second, 1x60W, 2x15W. 2 USB-A ports, 10 gigabits per second, 7.5W. 1 USB-A port, 5 gigabits per second, 7.5 W. Internal M.2 NVMe SSD, 1 TB/2 TB/4 TB. Ethernet, 2.5 gigabits. UHS-2 SD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. UHS-2 microSD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. 3.5 mm combo audio jack, front. 180W power supply. Number 3. Plugable Thunderbolt 5 docking station. While the CalDigit TS5 Plus boasts a mighty 20 ports and 330W of power output, and the Sonnet Echo 13 comes with a built-in SSD, this Thunderbolt 5 docking station represents great value by keeping the number of ports to what might be the sweet spot for many users. The Plugable TBT-UDT3 dock packs 480 gigabits per second Thunderbolt 5 ports, 2.5 gigabits Ethernet, fast card readers, and a few USB ports. We would have preferred a high-powered USB-C port on the front so you can fast charge your iPhone while sitting in front of your screens, but then maybe the price would be higher as a result. As it is, it's the least expensive Thunderbolt 5 dock we have tested so far. You can attach up to 2 external 6K displays using 1 or 2 of the Thunderbolt ports to USB-C monitors or adding video adapters for DisplayPort or HDMI screens. 1 upstream Thunderbolt 5 port, 80 gigabits per second, 140W. 3 downstream Thunderbolt 5 ports, 80 gigabits per second, 15W. 2 USB-A ports, 10 gigabits per second, 4.5W. 1 USB-A port, 5 gigabits per second, 7.5W. Ethernet, 2.5 gigabits. UHS-2 SD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. UHS-2 microSD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. 3.5 mm combo audio jack, front. 180W power supply. Number 4. iVanky FusionDock Max 2. We thought the CalDigit TS5 Plus was the ultimate in MacBook docking stations, and in some ways it remains so with its 10 gigabits Ethernet and an incredible 330W power supply. But the iVanky FusionDock Max 2 boasts more ports and is the only Mac docking station that can natively support 3 external displays, if your Mac is at the high end. Native means without third-party software, such as DisplayLink. Native video provides smoother, full-resolution lag-free video with higher refresh rates, 4K at 240 Hz, which makes it ideal for video editing and gaming. Actively cooled, the 23-port iVanky FusionDock Max 2 is built for long editing sessions and heavy workflows, and has an unmatched number of connections, beating even the 20-port CalDigit TS5 Plus for number of ports. It could be argued that 12 USB ports is overkill, but they are there if you need them. It also has one more downstream Thunderbolt 5 port than the TS5 Plus but no dedicated display port. The TS5 Plus is more powerful in terms of wattage and network speed, but only the FusionDock Max 2 can natively support 3 displays out of the box for Mac professionals demanding bandwidth and multiple monitor support. The compromise is that you have to use 2 of the Mac's Thunderbolt port to connect to the Max 2, which somewhat defeats the elegance of having a single cable connected to your Mac to connect all your devices, but it's necessary for those 3 native displays. 1 upstream Thunderbolt 5 port, 80 gigabits per second, 140W. 3 downstream Thunderbolt 5 ports, 80 gigabits per second, 15W. 1 USB-C port, 10 gigabits per second, 30W. For USB-C ports, 10 gigabits per second, 7.5W. 1 USB-A port, 10 gigabits per second, 7.5W. 3 USB-A ports, 5 gigabits per second, 7.5W. 3 USB-A ports, 480 megabits per second, 2.5W. 1 HDMI 2.0. Ethernet, 2.5 gigabits. UHS-2 SD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. UHS-2 microSD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. 1 3.5 mm combo audio in/out jack, front. 1 3.5 mm audio out audio jack, back. 1 optical audio. 240W power supply. Number 5. CalDigit TS5 Thunderbolt 5 dock. The CalDigit TS5 Plus is the ultimate Mac docking station, but as we mentioned in its review at the top of this chart, it probably hosts more than you need and is priced accordingly. Its maker CalDigit therefore also offers a less armed and notably more affordable TS5 model without the plus at the end of the title. Instead of 20 ports, this more compact dock has 15, which is still a lot. It has half as many 10 gigabits per second USB ports, but its 3 USB-C and 2 USB-A should be enough for most Mac mortals. Its 2.5 gigabits Ethernet is not as fast as the TS5 Plus's 10 GBE, but is still 2.5 times as fast as mere gigabit Ethernet. Yet it has the same 2 top-rated card readers and 3 audio ports. Indeed, it has one more downstream Thunderbolt 5 port than the TS5 Plus that ditched one for a dedicated display port. The plain TS5's TB5 ports are rated at the standard 15W of power output compared to the TS5 Plus's 36W Thunderbolt ports, but it does have a 20W USB-C port at the front for fast iPhone and iPad charging. One upstream Thunderbolt 5 port, 80 gigabits per second, 140W. 3 downstream Thunderbolt 5 ports, 80 gigabits per second, 15W. 1 USB-C port, 10 gigabits per second, 20W. 2 USB-C ports, 10 gigabits per second, 7.5W. 1 USB-A port, 10 gigabits per second, 7.5W. 1 USB-A port, 480 megabytes per second, 7.5W. Ethernet, 2.5 gigabits. UHS-2 SD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. UHS-2 micro SD card reader, 312 megabytes per second. 3.5 mm combo audio jack, front. 2 3.5 mm and slash-out audio jacks, back. 240W power supply.